What to say about 2021? 2021 was a year full of family, friends, blessings, and adventures. It was a year unlike any other I'd experienced. 2021 challenged me and pushed me to be a better person. It was a year where God showed me how good and faithful He was and how good and faithful He'll continue to be. There were so many unexpected blessings that came in 2021, and I want to take you all along to look back at them. So here's my 2021 recap. Starting off with January, I spent Christmas break with my family in Texas. I got to see both sides of my family, which is always fun. When school started back up, we had 2 weeks left of the semester, which meant that I got to see my old friends for 2 weeks, and then everything kind of changed. But I really enjoyed the change because I got to meet some new people, and later that month, I also went to Desiree's Sweet 16 at Sakura, which was so cool because I had never been to that specific hibachi place. On Valentine's Day, Jasmine, Mackenzie, and I had a Galentine's hangout where we dressed up all fancy and had a nice dinner at Jasmine's house. Then we changed into our jammies and watched the last of All the Boys I've Loved Before. Quite literally the next day, I had a hair appointment near Dante's school, so after it, my mom and I had lunch with him. A week later was Major's birthday celebration. It was at iFly, and it was terrifying at first, but I had a great time, and I got to celebrate my best friend. The rest of February was pretty chill, and my friends and I participated in some literary dress-up days at school. March was a month where I became really close with a lot of people. I had switched into course because SGA didn't fit in my schedule anymore, and it was honestly one of the biggest blessings. I met so many wonderful people in chorus, and I truly loved the class. This was also the month where my lunch table got really close, and we started to form a really strong bond as a group. I also got really close with a lot of people in humanities, even if I did annoy some of the class by being really loud. And I can't forget about my trip to Disney Springs with my parents, Grana, and Jasmine. You know, spring break things. April was a good month. We had an awesome Easter service at church, school was pretty chill, and I celebrated my friend Amanda's Sweet 16. Just so you know, there will be a lot of Sweet 16s in this video. I started off May by seeing Sydney perform at her ER show, which she killed as always. The week after, I celebrated Mother's Day at the Barnum and Bailey Museum, which was such a unique experience. I also got to see Vernon that month, and at this time he was still e-learning, and I never got to see him, so that really made my week awesome. Later that month, I went to Sydney and Christian's surprise party. It was a great time. I got to catch up with so many of my friends who I hadn't seen in a while, and they were both so surprised when they saw everyone there for their party. This was also the last month of school, and it just made May a 10 out of 10 experience. This is the month I started my YouTube channel. I've been trying to convince my parents since January to let me have one, and they finally said yes. The first few videos on my channel are still the most successful, so it's really cool to be able to look back on that time and remember filming and making all that content. This month was great because my brother Dante turned 19 and my brother Antoine, who lives in Texas, came to visit. I also volunteered at a VBS, and I got to celebrate Father's Day with my family at Dave & Buster's. I had my friends over and I hadn't seen them since school got out. I volunteered at another VBS and I went to Atlanta. Atlanta was a one-in-a-lifetime experience. I felt so close to God, and I had a wonderful time in the city and getting to experience an environment outside of Florida. When I got home, I did another VBS, but this time it was for my church, so this one was different than anything I had experienced before. And I really loved getting to volunteer in the capacity of my church like that because we had never done an event like VBS at our church before. Before I became an official junior, I spent some quality time with my friends from elementary/middle school, which was much needed. Then school started. I was so nervous but excited for this year. We kicked off the school year strong by throwing Belinda a surprise party at school. Then I started to attend the HCC campus, which is where I take my college classes. It was something new and exciting that I really enjoyed. With the school year starting back up, so were sports. So I loved the spirit around football games. The season had just started up for my volleyball team, and there were just so many things to be involved in at the time. September was somehow one of the best and worst months of 2021. At this point in the year, my life was basically consumed by volleyball and school. This made life really difficult because I struggled prioritizing my relationship with God over all the stuff I had to do, and I felt so overwhelmed with everything going on during the month. Nevertheless, September was still a great time. Because I practically lived at school, I got really close to Gabby because I saw her every second of the day. And I also got really close with my volleyball teammates. This month was also filled with a lot of birthday parties, so I had something to do every single weekend. And how could I forget? The last week of September that flowed into October was the week of homecoming. Even though I was already going insane, I decided to run for homecoming court in September, and I made it on. This made homecoming week extra special for me. I got to do some really fun things because I was on the court, and of course, homecoming was an amazing experience. Homecoming was just the tip of the iceberg for October. My grandma came to visit that month, and she really made October great for me. Volleyball season was ending, so I planned volleyball senior night, which went really well, and I even got to sing the national anthem at it. At a football game that month, we also pied teachers in the face for breast cancer awareness, and I pied Miss Williams, but the best part of October was at the end of the month. My mom planned an amazing trip that I vlogged but never posted. It started with a hotel stay at Disney's Grand Floridian, followed by a night at the Maverick City Music Concert, and then a day spent at Epcot's Food and Wine. The final day of October was Trunk or Treat, and it went so well. I got to organize this event for my church, and we saw over 600 people come out that day. November, also known as my birthday month. I always loved November, and this one was no different. To start off November, I had a really busy week. It started with a date with my dad, then a celebration of Jasmine Balcazar's birthday, and a trip to Glory Days with Chloe. That weekend, my family and I went to the USF versus Houston football game because my uncle coaches for Houston. And guess who won? Houston did. On Sunday, Gabby took me to Tampa, and we had an awesome time just getting to catch up, talk about life, and eat some really good food. The week after that, my mom and I surprised my cousins, London and Jordan, for their birthdays. It was so fun because London and Jordan didn't know I was coming, but my whole family didn't know my mom was coming. So we had a fun time celebrating them, and they had the best birthday party ever. Oh, then my birthday came. It was an eventful day full of awesome people. The week after that was Thanksgiving, and we ate like kings and queens. That following Saturday, my family took Vernon to Disney Springs, and the day after that, my friends threw me a late birthday celebration. The last month of 2021 was eventful. I volunteered at toy drives, helped to organize a pep rally, and had a ton of fun with my friends before Christmas break started. The first week of break was great, and I love spending time with my family. But the last week wasn't so great. My family and I got COVID, which has been a bit of a struggle, which is also why I sound like sick, because I am. But God has been watching over us, and so many people have been so kind in supporting us through this time. While 2021 didn't end in the best way for me, that does not discredit the amazing year that it has been. I mean, God has blessed me tremendously with so many amazing experiences and relationships that He's just brought into my life. I love the fact that I have so many relationships from this year that I can just talk about Jesus with and just walk in my faith with them, and it's so amazing to just have that community around me. Another thing I'm really grateful for this year is this YouTube channel. I mean, it has been something that I just really enjoy doing. I love getting to vlog and share my life with other people, and it's been so fun just to also already look back on the videos that I've recorded and see the times and how things have changed even from 6 months ago to now. And last thing I'm going to say that I'm thankful for is my parents, family, and friends. But I'm going to highlight my parents. Besides God, they're the reason I've had such a great 2021. They have loved me tremendously, and they've been such like good parents. They've let me kind of grow up, and now that I'm like getting closer to being an adult, they've given me more freedom, but they still just have been the same nurturing and loving parents they've always been. And I love that I get to talk to them about anything. I can talk to them about my relationship with my friends, my relationship with God. I can talk to them about like the little things that get on my nerves, and they're always there to listen. So I just really love you guys, and thank you for all the things that you have allowed me to do this year. If you liked this video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up and comment down below what your favorite video that you've seen on my channel from this year was, or if this is your first time here, like, if it's your first time here, comment that. That's a great idea to comment. Yeah. And make sure that you subscribe so that you can get notified when I post new videos. And literally each one of my subscribers, I love you. And if you already are subscribed, you should definitely go check out some of the 2021 videos that I did upload. With all that being said, I feel like I've been talking forever. I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to be a ray of sunshine. I'll see you guys next time. Bye! You got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me feel brand new.